Hey guys, Marzingan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so today, a little bit unexpected, although Sunday morning for me, I guess it's Saturday evening for some of you guys in the US. Sunday morning has been a time that we've been seeing news posted, details posted, although seemingly this was posted like an hour earlier than we usually see stuff go up. But the official JP Twitter has tweeted out the Super EZA details for STR GOGETA and INT JANEMBA. Now, annoyingly, Global had been doing such a good job with actually posting the EZA details at the same time. And so we were kind of waiting to see. Sadly, nothing happened. So, of course, we've had to wait for someone to post decent translations. So we've got those here now. Shout out to Super Bikino over on Twitter for these. There you go. So this is INT JANEMBA Super EZA. We'll start off with him. So 2 key, attack and defense 200%, guards all attacks, and then has a high chance to dodge. Let me get up his pre-details here, because obviously remember that this unit is super old. Even when he got his EZA, his EZA is like, I think we looked up the things the other day, his EZA is like 4 or 5 years old. So his EZA passive is literally attack and defense 70%, guards all attacks. And then after he guards for the first time, he has a medium chance to dodge for like within that one turn. So now he just straight up has a high chance to dodge all the time, which is 50%. Guard and 200% stats, obviously very good. Before attacking, he has an extra 20% chance to dodge. So he'd have 70% chance before he attacks. And then as the first or third attacker in the turn, he gets an extra 20% dodge and gives allies 2 key and 40% defense. Wow. So if he's in slot 1, and obviously before he attacks, like, you know, his role for being a slot 1 tank, he has 90% chance to dodge and is providing allies with 2 key and 40% defense. That's pretty good. When receiving an attack, he gets attack and defense 100%. When receiving or evading an attack, he gets attack 50% up to 200. So 4 hits or 4 dodges, and you get up to 200% extra attack. When evading enemy attacks, for 4 turns, launches an additional super attack. Okay, that's very good. When facing a super class enemy, an extra 200% defense and attacks effective against all types. When facing an extreme class enemy, defense 200%, high chance of attacks being effective against all types. So he still gets 200% defense either way. It's kind of crazy. I mean, considering it's when facing both types of enemies, I don't know why that isn't just in his base passive then, because that's against all enemies regardless. But that's pretty good. Attacks effective against all types against super class, and a high chance of them being effective against all types against an extreme class. So yeah, he seems very, very strong. You put him in slot 1, he has a 90% chance to dodge. Every time he's dodging, he's building up his attack. When receiving that first attack, he gets a 100% buff. He's providing defensive support to the allies. Like, he links really, really well with Buhan. And we've seen how crazy Buhan is with his Super EZA in Buhan. But the only thing in Buhan can't really do is be in slot 1 against these tougher bosses. So now we have this insane rotation of having INT JANEMBA in slot 1 and then INT Buhan in slot 2. And good lord, that rotation is going to absolutely cook. That's going to be so fun to run, especially on like Glorio's team. And the double Glorio support. That's going to be absolutely ridiculous. So JANEMBA seems very, very good. Let's take a look at GOGETA. So STR Super GOGETA, Super EZA. 2 key, attack and defense 200%, attacks effective against all types, high chance to crit, and then performs an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. Let me get his details up here as well, actually. I like looking at considering how old these guys are, like looking at their pre-EZA passives. Because GOGETA is literally attack and defense 77% and attacks effective against all types. So pretty big glow up here. Big stats, high chance to crit, additional attack with a high chance to be a super. When attacking, he gets 100% attack and defense. As the second or third attacker in the turn, he gets a guaranteed additional super and gives all allies 2 key and 40% attack So with the chance that he has in his passive, the extra attack with a high chance, that means he could super 3 times, 4 times with the hidden potential. For each rainbow orb obtained, attack and defense 50% and chance to crit 10%. His pre-super EZA was like attack 7%. So big buffs on each rainbow orb, extra crit chance, which when he's already got a high chance to crit, that's going to look very good. Critting left and right. For each attack performed, defense 50 up to 200, damage reduction 10% up to 30% for 1 turn. So it's going to be within the same turn. So considering he basically, as long as he's in slot 2 or 3, he always attacks 3 times at a minimum. So after he's attacked 3 times, he's going to have 30% damage reduction in that turn. So that's definitely very good. When facing a superclass enemy, attack 77%, high chance to guard. When facing an extreme class enemy, attack and defense 77, all attacks become crits and guards all attacks. So when facing an extreme class enemy, he has guaranteed guard, gets extra attack and defense, attacks are guaranteed to crit. So he seems very interesting. Obviously, he's designed to be more, just like they were originally, right? He's designed to be more offensively based than Janemba, because Janemba is going to have probably higher defense. I mean, these guys have very big numbers for stats, and he's getting 100% attack and defense on super. So obviously, he's a unit designed to be in slot 2 or 3, not just for the extra buffs, but also because the damage reduction he gets is on attack. So of course he's not going to be tanking well in slot 1 at all. But yeah, against an extreme class enemy, you're looking at like 3 to 4 supers potentially in a turn that are all crits and effective against all types. Build up to a decent amount of defense whilst having guard, and then 30% damage reduction. And he's giving all allies 2 key and 40% attack as well. So well, I really like the fact that they give a lot of these super EZA characters now this support. So you think about this guy when we start putting him onto teams with like these new anniversary LRs, and then he's providing everybody 40% attack. So he definitely seems very good. Out of the two, I'd say it's hard to gauge at this point. Like Janemba obviously seems really, really good. For extreme teams, he's going to be a great slot 1 tank option. Although it seems like, you know, I said about defensive and offensive, but like once Janemba is built up and everything, he is going to be able to hit really, really hard. So once they're both like fully built up, Janemba might be better defensively and offensively potentially. Of course, this guy, his potential comes from the fact that he's going to end up doing like multiple supers and they're all going to be crits against extreme class enemies. If you're fighting a super class enemy, they're going to be high chance to crit, which increases with each attack that he does. I mean, he's going to be doing tons of damage against superclass enemies as well. I guess the only risky thing is against tougher superclass bosses, he only has a high chance to guard. So if he ends up getting caught by a super and he doesn't guard, he could take a lot of damage. But yeah, these guys both seem really good. I'd have to see them in game, because like Gogeta really is going to be doing a crazy amount of damage, but I think Janemba, when fully built up, is going to be not super far off. So Janemba seems absolutely incredible. Gogeta obviously seems very, very good as well. So I guess we have to wait to see in game just how good they're going to be. But both of these super EZAs look really, really good. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. But Gogeta and Janemba super EZAs, with them being tweeted out today, that would hopefully imply that they're coming maybe later this week. Obviously we need to get a data download in order to know for sure. But let me know what you guys think down below. What do you think of the 2 super EZAs? Which one do you think is the best? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.